Hello, everybody. My name is Bart, and I've got Darren Barton here with us live today. Um, what we want to do is go ahead and let you know what Zukul is. This is our first hangout for Zukul, and we wanted to give you an overview of why this program is going to be so special, and what we're going to do in this platform. It's been something that we've been working on for quite a few months now, and we're finally getting to the stage where you're going to start to see it all over the place. And we're very, very excited. We wanted to build a program that was really different from what other programs have, really taking the best of what we've seen in our experience online and building a program that's really built for the people. We feel like a lot of times, we've seen a lot where the programs don't really focus on the people, and we wanted to do something different. And that was to definitely create a platform with amazing tools, great education, and a system where it's not going to take much for you to be able to earn and learn how to earn more and grow with us and see where we go with this. So, Darren, if you want to get a little bit of an explanation of what the platform is and how this is going to work, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, thank you very much, Bart. Hi, my name's Darren, Darren Barton. I've just give you a little bit of history about myself. Up until about less than 12 months, maybe 9 months ago, I used to work full-time, used to have a full-time career, and I've now started working effectively full-time online. It took me about 18 months to get to that stage, so it wasn't particularly long, but equally it wasn't something that's going to happen overnight. And depending on what your experiences are online, is that nothing very rarely happens overnight. It can take years and years and years to become an overnight success. And so I consider myself to be particularly lucky that it took such a relatively short period of time. But it took an awful lot of money, and it took an awful lot of heartache on my part, and I know Bart very well, and I know it's a very similar story for him as well. So what we have decided or talked about over the past probably 9 or 12 months really is how we could make other people's journey easier. And we're not saying it's going to be easy. We're not saying that everybody's going to be millionaires a week next Thursday. But what we're trying to do is put everything in a stepping stone format to help you do part A, then do part B, then do part C, and then have a look at the results. And then if you need to take a step back, then great, fine, we'll go back and we'll do B and we'll do C again. But if you're getting great results, then we'll go on to part D, E, and F, and so on. So it's a real program, as Bart says, that is directed at the affiliates. So we all know that there are leaders out there, there are gurus out there people who've got large teams, people who've got large lists. Now, they didn't start that way. They didn't wake up one morning and have that, but we all know that those people and will come into a business or a program or a company, and they will be successful. Whatever they focus on, they will be successful because they have all the groundwork and the experience already in place. The people who are not successful, unfortunately, are the 90-odd% of people who are part of these people's teams. And I'm in a similar position because, I have a reasonable team. It's not massive, but it's an incredibly active team. And yes, I will, if I turn my attention to a business, then I will make money, and I will make more money than the people who are just starting. And the idea of our program is to try and not flip it, but give the people at the bottom a much better than fighting chance of making money. And I think when you have a look at our affiliate program and the way that we are going above and beyond to make sure that our profits are ploughed back to the affiliates, I think you'll see that we've done everything that we can in order for that to happen. So what is Zukul? Well, Zukul is essentially a platform, and I'm not entirely sure I'm comfortable with the term platform, but until I can create a new term, we'll say platform. We're in a very fortunate position because Bart and I are partnered with a couple of really fantastic genius software creators. Jeremy and Michael are just out of this world, and they've got huge amounts of experience with blue chip companies. I can't tell you what the companies are on this environment, but if you want to ring me or Skype me or Bart, then we will tell you what companies they are, and you'll be able to go and have a look at them. But you will know where they are. You will have flown on their planes. You will have gone on their holidays, and you will certainly have money in their banks. Put it that way. I can't be any more specific than that. So these guys have got huge amounts of experience, and what is fortunate for Bart and I is that they want to build software tools that work, and they have the experience, the background in order to enable us to think of ideas, and they can create these fantastic tools. So that's the essence of the platform, is that we have a growing, and I say a huge growing list of tools, software, marketing paraphernalia, call it whatever you want, that is there to be used. And it would be very, very easy for us to just put these tools out on ClickBank or JVZoo and make a lot of money by using these tools to sell these tools. So we could do that. What we're trying to do now is create a training, what would you call it, modularized training curriculum. So you would come into our into Zukul's environment, and you would start really at the basics, and this is an irrelevant of your past experience. If you've got massive experience, then those steps will happen really quickly. If you haven't got the experience, then the steps will happen at a pace that you're comfortable with, because we won't release the next stage until you've completely comfortable and you've completed a particular stage that you're at. So if you're completely new, you will come in and you will be asked to complete a couple of tasks, and that could be something very simple. It could be create a Facebook page, and some people, believe it or not, have never created a Facebook page. Up until 18 months ago, I hadn't created a Facebook page. So had someone been able to hold my hand and show me which buttons to press and how to write the tags and how to do all the trickiness that is around Facebook, then I'd be in a lot better position than I am now. So we literally take people by the hand and we say, right, okay, let's do this together, and we go and do it. Once they've done that, they will then move on to the next training. And what that does is it releases a tool or a piece of software, or it releases an environment for them to go and create traffic, create sites, create websites, create lists, create anything that they want to. And the beauty of the Zukul platform is that it is not focused on Zukul. Yes, you can market Zukul, and we wouldn't obviously stop you from doing that, but it's designed to enable you to market either yourself, market a online business that you're already involved in, or even an offline business. One of the things that we sit down with when we're looking at a new tool is, okay, if I own a coffee shop, how can this product help me? Or what products would I need if I own a coffee shop in order to better market my coffee shop? So there is a lot of information, there is a lot of tools, a lot of software, a lot of training, a lot of everything that will be put into Zukul. Now, we can't tell you and show you exactly what they are. And the reason that we can't do that is, well, two main reasons really. The first one is that we need to protect our intellectual property. And I know that sounds very fancy, but what it means is that if we were to put something of our products onto the internet, we know that within 24 hours it could be ripped out, it could be copied, and it could be duplicated, and a version of it. It will never be a full version of what we've got, because we've got very clever software involved, but it would be a version of it which may be detrimental to Zukul going forward. So we absolutely don't want to be releasing any of our products before then. We'll give you demonstrations and things like that as we go through the launch. But that's the first reason. So we will talk generically about the products that we've got. So we've got a product which is absolutely amazing, which is focused on Facebook. Now there are lots of Facebook products out there, and if you're a bright person, you will think, okay, well, it must be this or it must be that. Well, actually, we've managed to bring in 4 or 5 ideas and put them all into one neat tool. So it makes an incredibly powerful tool. So that's an example of the types of products that we're going to be able to bring online. The other reason is that we will have the opportunity for our founders and our partners to also be able to sell their products and their services to our affiliates, or enable our affiliates to sell their products for them. So you will have heard of ClickBank, you will have heard of JVZone, and we will enable people to sell products on an affiliate basis outside of our platform. So our members will be able to use our XYZ product, if you like, and they'll use it for free within inside the platform. They can market Zukul, they can market their coffee shop, their pizza parlor, they can market their online business, they can do whatever they want with it for free. They can also market it and sell that as a standalone product outside of the Zukul community, if you like. And we will pay a 3-level affiliate plan. And I want to show you how that affiliate plan works in a little bit later on. If Bart asks me that question, I'll show you what that is. But you'll see that when we do these products, we're taking a tiny amount of profit, and everything is very, very transparent on what we've produced. So you'll be able very easily, with a piece of paper and a pencil, be able to work out how tiny the profit level that we're taking. And the reason that we've done that is because we're trying to throw as much money back into the affiliates, because we know that if the affiliates are making money, what are they going to do? They're going to go out and sell more, or they're going to tell more people, and therefore Zukul will get bigger and bigger, and therefore everybody else will become more and more successful. And then what happens? It just snowballs. So our key thing is A, providing you with excellent tools. B is providing you with excellent training in order to use those tools, either for Zukul or any other business that you want to use them for. And C is to make sure that any money that is made is ploughed back into the community. We very loosely hear about profit share, revenue share companies and things like that. Well, when you see our numbers, and we're very, like I say, very transparent about our numbers, when you see our numbers, you'll realize that there's a huge amount of money is being ploughed back into the affiliates. And we can afford to do that because our programming is all in-house, and programming is normally a huge cost. Well, it is, but we've budgeted for that, and it is our cost, and we've got 2 programmers with a 3rd programmer joining the staff. So we have everything in place. So if, I just want to reassure everybody is that the products are going to be there. The focus is making sure that we train you how to use those products, and also making sure that we reward you as the affiliates in the best possible way that we can do. And we think we've come across a unique way of doing that.
Yeah,
pause for breath and have a quick drink of tea.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Darren. I wanted to also just say, we've seen a lot of programs come and get started and go and all this other stuff, and we like I said, one of the things we really wanted to do is focus on the affiliate, the member, and we're not going to have an admin fee, okay? We're not going to have an affiliate fee or a fee to process payments. You see a lot of companies with $19 or $25 a month fees just so that they can take that money and use it for their processing or whatever else. I really don't understand. So I think it's a profit center or an admin fee, and we're not going to have that. That's what's one of the very unique things about this business. The other thing is when you do open up the link and go through the compensation plan, you'll find out that we've combined a couple things that are really, really cool. One of them is obviously the affiliate 3-level direct sales on anyone's renewal in every month. Okay, we have multiple layers or levels of joining our company, and as you go through from the very beginner novice level to the intermediate and then to the more advanced, you're going to see the bigger tool suites, the more education you're going to get, and every month you're going to get money from those people that you bring in on 3 levels. So if you bring somebody in, you're going to make money from them as a direct, and you're going to have 2 levels below that of who they bring in. So that's one aspect. And then the another aspect is a passive system, a funnel system, where we're going to pay on 10 levels on a company funnel, okay? And we've, like I said, we've seen what other companies have done, and we wanted to do something that was really focused on the affiliate. And again, when you do go in and check out the link and take a look at the videos that Darren has done on our site that explains the founder situation, you'll see how that is. Now, there's other ways to make money in the program. One of them, of course, is every product that we're building can be sold outside. Okay, like on ClickBank, JVZoo, Facebook, through your lists or whatever else. As well, if you're someone who says, hey, I really would like to build a product that does this, with us, since our programs are in-house, you'll be able to bring us your idea. We'll be able to sit down with you. We'll develop what you want it to do and maybe even add to it or whatever else. And then we'll help you build that product through us. We don't have to go to an outside programmer. Our programmers are on staff. So we'll build the program, and then we're going to get that product out there for you. Okay? So we're going to be building a platform that'll look like, eventually like a ClickBank or JVZoo of people that are selling products, building products, and then getting it out to the marketplace. So, this is not, how do you want to say this? It's not a simple matrix program. It's not just a simple affiliate program. It's not just a simple ClickBank. It's really a combination of all. So that's the one thing that we knew we wanted to do, and then really heavily stress on education, because as Darren stated before, when he first got into the business, he spent a lot of money. I spent a ton of money when I first got into the business and wasted a lot of time and effort and money on an absolute, the wrong direction and the wrong type of training, if you want to call it that. Whether it be outdated or, someone just selling a system or whatever else. We wanted to make sure that we're doing something that would basically take someone by the hand and say, okay, now first step A. Here's step A, complete step A. Okay, good, we've seen you completed step A, here's step B. You completed step B, here's step C. And along the way, you're going to learn what you need to do to create your own following, by building a list, getting a Facebook presence, learning how to do YouTube, learning how to monetize all of that, and really teaching you in one platform all of these things. Now, again, Darren has alluded to the fact that we can't tell you all the tools that we're building. Most of them are already completely built, but when you do come into the platform, you're going to just be really surprised and amazed by how many different ways there is to make money in our program with the tools that we're going to give you. The other really cool thing about Zukul is, whether you're a leader in a product-based company. A lot of product-based companies do not have any kind of internet access at all. They have no real internet marketing systems whatsoever. They're really about, a meeting in your house or a conference room, and you have to do a presentation, and you have to give out samples or whatever else. This is going to be a platform that'll work with those companies. So you'll get an internet presence. You'll have the ability to do things that will help you set up with the tools that we have, as you'll see. Obviously, there's capture page system, and there's an autoresponder, of course, in there. But a lot of that is not available in a product-based company. The big names, the one that begins with an A, the one that begins with an N, the one that begins with a V, right? They're the big companies. They do millions of dollars a year, but they really don't have any kind of a system that lets you do this on the internet. They might have an affiliate page, and that's about the end of it. So, but what's really cool about this is not going to be competing with another program. If you're a leader out there and you're saying, hey, look, I really appreciate, I really don't want to join another program. Well, if you look at it like this, we were going to just bring these tools out to the marketplace as something to bring to people to use for other companies. But then when we took a good look at what we were doing, we realized, well, why don't we go ahead and make this more fruitful and add on a training component so that people really learn how to use these tools, learn how to get an internet presence, and then learn how to have success with it, and also give back. Let there be a commission structure where people can make money by sharing this with other people. So I think that's why we're really excited about it. And again, the other really good thing is that we have an in-house programmer. We've seen a lot of companies all of a sudden have an issue and then they're down for 2 weeks. I just got an email from a company saying, oh, we're going to be down for 2 weeks because we have to do something. Again, I'm sitting there going, scratching my head going, what does that mean? Everything is in-house here. So everything's going to run real smooth. If there's something that happens, it'll be fixed right away. We don't have to sit there and wait for a programmer to be done with another project. Our programmers are in-house. and we're going to be building tools that you've never seen before. Some of the tools I wish I could tell you now are just money-making magnets. They will make money for you off the internet in ways that, if we could explain it to you, just go, damn, I can't wait to have that tool. So that's what's really cool. Now we have a founder situation, which is really neat, because basically what we're going to do is let people sort of place themselves into the funnel and let them start to build teams right now. There's people already doing this right now. They're sharing their links. We have our, you want to call it our beta version of our site up right now, and people are actually out there sharing it. But Darren, do you want to go into the founders a little bit with some explanation there, besides driving them, of course, to our link, but
yeah,
how that works?
Yeah, sure. Okay, and again, we probably need to take a bit of a breath and a step back, because when you often hear about founder positions, or we've got founder positions for sale, that is normally a code for, we want your money in order to get our program on the internet. That's not the case. We're already standalone. As we've already said, we've got an organisation with programmers already in place, designers in place, marketers in place, products in place. We don't need your money per se. But what we do need, so really what I'm talking about here is the criterias of the founders. And yeah, there's a bit of a dangerous statement, because you might be thinking, oh, I'm scaring off founders, and that may well be the case, because if you've got money, then that doesn't make you a founder in our company, because what you have to appreciate is that we have larger interests that we need to make sure that we satisfy, and those interests are Zukul as a company, our members, and also our other co-founders or partners. And the thing is, if you've got money that's burning a hole in your pocket and you think, great, I've seen the way that this compensation plan works, I need to get myself a really good position within this company funnel, it's passive, I'll just pay my position and I'll just kick back and eat cream cakes on my deck chair on the beach and I'll make money. Yes, you will make money, but you won't become a founder with us in this scenario. What we want are people who, yes, have got the money for the founder position, clearly, but more importantly, have got a really good grounding and understanding of the internet and how that works, or business and how that works. We would like to have an understanding of the size of your team, or the size of your list, and the potential that you think that you're going to be able to bring to Zukul. We also want to know what your motivation is, and don't worry, money is an allowable motivation. If money does motivate you, you're allowed to say that. That really isn't a problem. It's not a dirty word. But what is your motivation? Is it to help people in your team? Is it to help people in your primary organization? Do you already have a company that you think would benefit from Zukuls products and platform? And again, we're talking to people who have their own companies or programs already set up, who are considering becoming a founder because they see the advantage of the crossover between their company and our company. So there's lots of information really there that it isn't necessarily just a case of you writing a check and we saying, yes, thank you very much, and there's your position. It's not as simple as that. And like I said, the reason behind it is that we want to protect Zukul, we want to protect the members, and we clearly obviously want to protect your fellow founders and partners. And then the other thing is that Bart has mentioned, is that everybody, they say, has a book in them or has a novel in them. Everybody dreams that one day I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write a story. I'm going to become the next J.K. Rowling or something like that. I don't know. But if we flip that into the marketing environment, everybody out there must be thinking, if only I could find a product that would allow me to do this and it would produce this, then that would be great. That would make my life easier, make my business really easy, or make my customers or clients' business really easy. Well, as a founder, likely as not, is because of your experience, your background in marketing, whether it be on the internet or offline, then you're bound to have those ideas. And we are bound to have a queuing system or a ticket system in order to get those products pushed out. And as a founder, clearly we're having that conversation early on, and if we really think that there's some massive benefit in your program, your concept, your product, your service, whatever it is, then we can work together and get that moving along the line, because the lead time between the idea conception and the idea of delivery, it can be a long time. It can be really quick. We could turn these things around in about 3 or 4 weeks from a programming point of view, but we then have a testing, we have the graphics, we have the sales information we need to put around it, and all this will take time. So again, it puts you ahead of the queue from that point of view. But you also may be a founder who already has a product, who already has a service. Perhaps you do a lot of teaching and coaching, and you want to perhaps bring that to the marketplace. And again, we will have almost effectively a ready-made affiliate army. So when Zukul opens for business, and we'll talk about that in a little bit of time, when Zukul opens for business, we will have a lot of affiliates that will be ready for your product. And again, because of your founding position being ahead of the queue, you will have the proper opportunity to perhaps interact with our affiliates. We can sell your product to our affiliates. They can make commissions by selling it outside of the platform, and have the ability to use that product within the Zukul platform as well. So there's lots and lots of benefits. So just to try and summarize, there is a criteria for being a founder. It's not a given. Money doesn't necessarily talk. It's your experience and what you're going to bring to Zukul that will talk louder. As Bart has already said, the primary benefit of becoming a founder clearly is making sure that you lock down your position in the company funnel. And we'll talk about the funnel in a little bit more detail in a moment. You're also in a position to get ahead of the game, and you will have certain leaders, generals, lieutenants, key people, call them whatever it is your terminology is. You will have key people that you want to make sure are positioned correctly. Well, the founding situation has been created to enable that to happen. Bart and I have worked closely together on a number of projects prior, and we have an arrangement, as I'm sure you guys have, where there is a position that's taken, and then you make sure that you have your key people in the key areas, depending on how a compensation plan works. And that founding position has been created to allow that, to facilitate that for you. And really, there's also although it's a little bit of a side step, is that you will get your first month's subscription paid free. So you don't have to pay now and then pay again. So that's all dealt with. And we also have a very, very generous 25% founders finders fee, if that makes sense. So, and again, what we've done is we want to find founders. So we will pay 25% of any founder's money back to the person who found them. And that happens overnight. You don't have to wait for a certain period of time. That's going to happen straight away. What that also means is that there's a couple of scenarios that could happen. So, for example, you may be a big leader in a big organization, and you may think, right, I'm going to have spot A, and I'm going to bring in 4 or 5 people, and they're going to have these spots here. Well, when they come in, there is a finder's fee that gets paid to you. Now, you could either take that yourself, you could split that with your people, you can do whatever you want, but that finder's fee is paid to you. There's another scenario which is even more exciting, is that perhaps you're looking at the founder's positions and thinking, well, you know what, I can't really afford the top one, but I could probably afford one of the lower levels. But I do know Fred, who's got a big team, and I'm sure he'd want one of those top spots. However, compensation plans mean that he could be, not in my team, he's not connected, and it can be a right mess. Well, we've tried to make this really, really simple, is that if you find a founder who comes in at a higher level than you, there's a couple of things that are going to happen. The first one is that you're going to get the finder's fee. You would expect that. The second thing is that because we're talking about the funnel positioning, is that you could be in a position where you're in a higher position than the person that you've brought in. However, we've got software that is going to make sure that you will get the benefit of that person's business. So it doesn't matter where that person is within our funnel, you will get the 50% matching bonus. And please do not underestimate the power of that 50% matching bonus. There will be a lot of very, very happy people with that 50% matching bonus, and it's critical. And that's something we'll go into, I'm sure, as the weeks go by. So what we're trying to do is make sure that you're going to get paid for the founder's fee, and you're not going to lose position. And if you know a leader, that leader, probably for the first time in history, in theory, is going to be below you, and you will get the benefit from it. And there is no compensation plan out there that will allow that to happen. But we've created that to enable those situations to happen.
Yeah, I want to stress that part, because I know that's something that we worked through ourselves, and we talked about this for a few weeks to make sure that we could do this. And what Darren's really saying here is, suppose that you came down and you're a founder, and you know that there's a big leader that you'd love to bring in the company. Technically, that person could be above you, okay? But you're still going to be his sponsor, right? So that means you're going to make the money from his affiliate sales, right? With the matching on the second and third level, he'll be your first level. So if this person brings in 100 people, you're going to have 100 people from that person on your second level that you're going to make commissions from. And then whatever those people bring in will be on your third level you're going to make on a monthly basis. And on top of that, whatever that person does, if you bring in someone that's in the top row, that row of 3 people, or the bottom row of the 3 people in the funnel, you're going to make the matching funnel earnings from that person. So you might be on the 4th row of the funnel, but you might bring in someone who's on the 1st row of the funnel, and you're still going to make all the money from that person, even though he's not technically above you, okay? You're still his sponsor, and that has never been done before in this industry. I know that for a fact. It always had to work the other way around. That person always had to be, like in a matrix situation, had to be below you. In this situation, it's a funnel, so that person had to be above you, or below you. Or sorry, above you. I'm flipped upside down.
Wherever they are.
Yes, I'm flipped upside down. But basically what that means is, even if you bring people that are on your same line, right, next to you, right, the same level as you as founders, they're still your person. So you're still going to make the money from them in more than 2 or 3 ways. You're going to make the money from them as if they're your direct person. Now that's just in the founder situation. When we go live, then the founder situation is going to go away, because again, these are people that realize the value of what they have here. They want to take their positions, they want to lock in their spots, bring in their teams, bring in their other people. So even if you're not a member of our program, and you're watching this video and you say, hey, look, you know what, this is not for me, but I know a person who would really love this, you can make a commission, a 25% commission, by bringing that person to this company, to us. So that's also unique. I've never seen that done also before. Yeah, we're going to have a lot more information coming out. This is a first hangout we wanted to share with you. We have a very good site that has an explanation of the comp plan, which is very detailed. It breaks everything down for you. You actually see the numbers, and you'll see how different this is, that what we're paying out is such a high level. And there is no admin fee. There's not going to be a monthly fee. There's not going to be an affiliate fee, an override. There's not going to be a hold on your money. I don't know. I've just heard another company that launched, and the person was expecting to get paid, $400, and on top of paying $19.95 for their monthly affiliate, fee, they also took 25% of his money and called it processing fee. So there was $100 taken out of a $400 commission pay run, and I was just like, wow, that's crazy, and that's why I wanted to do something completely different. I'm never going to see that in this program. It's just not the way we're going to do it. This is built for you guys, and the bigger thing is there's a lot of people out there. I've spent a lot of time on the internet, and I see a lot of people just have struggled. This is going to possibly be, for the first time ever, for people, a place where they're going to get the proper education, to have the success, to be able to share, and to be able to, get in the spirit of what Zukul's all about, is bring someone here, get the education that you need, get the groundwork done, and then, grow with us. We have different levels in our company that you're going to be able to come into. One is a start. It's very basic, very easy, understanding what to do. We're going to give you some things right there to be able to get started with. And we have an intermediate level, and we have an additional level and additional level. And there's more tools at every level, but there's also more education, and there's more steps and more success to be had in each one of those. So that's what I have for today. Darren, if you want to wrap some stuff up here, we've gone about 40 minutes or so. I think we want to keep it sort of short.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I will just very quickly fly through the website pages. I won't talk you through them, but I just want to hopefully emphasize what it is that we're talking about. So you can now at your leisure go and have a look at what we've got. So if you could just let me know, Bart, if you're seeing the blank screen. All right, lovely. Okay, so this is our very temporary sort of information holding site. And the reason it's very temporary is that we're doing a couple of stages of our pre-launch. We're now what we've sort of termed our pre-launch period. Now our pre-launch period starts, well, it can start now, but actually officially it'll start on the 16th of July, which is Wednesday. Actually, it's my wedding anniversary, Bart. It just dawned on me. I do apologise. Anyway, so yes, the pre-launch starts on Wednesday, the 16th of July, and that will run until the 1st of August, which I believe is a Friday. And then on Friday, the 1st of August, we will go live in our pre-launch, which is the point where people can start to pay for the packages that they want to obviously start with. Clearly, the founders, those are the people that we're talking to now between now and the 1st of August. So if you're thinking about becoming a founder, I would strongly advise that obviously you get your skates on and get in contact with either myself, Bart, or Jeremy or Michael, and we'll have a quick discussion with you. Now this is, like I say, the information area. So this is the holding area for a lot of our videos, and I want to just click on the Founders tab here, which will take you to a overview video and then some key slides which have been just placed on here for you. And the key advantage of becoming a founder, as you can see, is that you have the ability to position yourself at the bottom of one of these two funnels, or even both of these funnels. And obviously once you've watched the video, it'll make a lot of sense for you. I'll just pause that. You've then got an example of how the 3D affiliate plan will work. And again, this slide here is just showing probably what a founder's affiliate plan would look like. And you can see quite clearly that we've just put in some numbers for you to just to have a play and an understanding of how powerful that affiliate plan can be as well. So that's the founders section. If you are wanting to become a founder, then there is obviously a link, and obviously if you click on this link, it will then take you through to a contact page, and if you can just complete your details here, click send, and then, like I say, myself, Bart, or Jeremy or Michael will be in touch with you, and we'll set aside some time that is completely on your schedule. You know, fortunately we're based all around the world, so we can fit around, I think, everybody's schedule. So if you just give us a time when it's convenient to you, we'll give you a quick call. And we prefer to do Skype or a Hangout as opposed to sending messages to each other. The affiliate and the compensation plan tabs are all here, and again there's a little video which attaches itself, and then you've got the actual breakdown, and everything is completely transparent. You can see where all the numbers are, you can see how much the company is making, which is on this particular scenario is just 10%, and you can see here how the numbers with the funnel work and how the numbers with the packages work. So that's the first bit, and you can reach this site by typing in simpleadvertisingsystem.com, and that will take you to this what we're calling I suppose the black information website. The other site, now this is our rough version, this is our programmer's version of the Zukul site, and this will continue to be like this until the 1st of August. On the 1st of August, we will release our new website with its all singing, all dancing functionality, and you'll be able to have a really good look at the organisation in its true form. Now then, I just want to talk you through, because this is the one that you're going to look at on Wednesday. So when you start on Wednesday, you'll come to your back office screen, which will look like this. There'll be a video on each page which will talk you through that particular page, and we'll give you a quick example of how that page works. But I just want to point out and again emphasize what it is that we're trying to set up for you here. Obviously, you can see here my potential earnings. Now, during the course of our pre-launch is we're going to run this potential earnings algorithm, and it's again to try and demonstrate and help you understand where your earnings are potentially going to come from. So the first one here, which says affiliate earnings. Now, the affiliate earnings are created by the people that you individually introduce to Zukul, the people that they introduce to Zukul, and the people that those other people introduce. So it goes down 3 levels. And the basis is that we're going to assume that everybody starts on the $25 package. Now, the $25 package is a one-off payment. It gets you started. It gets the first bit of training out of the way. It gets your first bit of software sorted. It gives you some limited functionality, but it will help you to start earning money. And it is a one-off payment. You know, we're not interested in taking $25 off you month after month for something that you either use or don't use. We want to make sure that people who come into Zukul are active and want to make sure that they want to make money. So everybody we're assuming is going to come in at $25. We will then assume again that 2 days later, so after 48 hours, that they will upgrade to the $50 a month package. Now, the $50 a month package has a lot more functionality, a lot more training, a lot more meat on its bones. And again, the potential for earning on there is targeted at being at least £200 to $400 per month. We will then, after 48 hours, assume that everybody will then start to upgrade up to the $200 a month package. And so you will see your affiliate earnings effectively growing what we're calling real time. And that is just to give you an understanding of how your affiliate earnings can grow over the 3 levels. We've then got product affiliate earnings, and I'm going to go through this in a little bit detail in a second, but that is all the products that we have that you get free access in the Zukul platform, and you can also sell them as a 3-level affiliate product outside of the Zukul platform. And bearing in mind that this is also largely going to be a monthly income generator for you. So the affiliate earnings, part of that will be one-off payments. Most of that will come from a monthly payment. You've got product affiliate earnings, which also are monthly. And then you have funnel earnings. And your funnel earnings is, as we've already said, is a passive, as near passive as you can get, because there's no extra work that you need to do. This will just grow exponentially based on the size of your team, your activity, the activity of your team or of your list. And again, this is another monthly number. So this is another way that you can earn money on a monthly basis. And again, obviously the total earnings is just a total of those 3 sets of figures. So it's not real earnings, it's potential earnings, but it's to give you a flavor so you can now drill down and find out how has that funnel earnings been created. You can click on the funnel button and go and have a look at how your funnel earnings have been created. Same with the affiliate earnings. You can click on that and find out how many affiliates have been brought into the Zukul platform. And then you've got the affiliate earnings, and again that will be broken down based on the products, through the products that you've sold. And again, that is based on a random algorithm. We've also put in a funnel simulator, which will be available, and that will be live tomorrow. And then we've got a product simulator that we've put in place yesterday, and we've just been playing with that. And again, I'm going to click on this just to demonstrate to you how much money we are giving to the affiliates. Now, this is going to be preset, so you can see that we've got 3 example products here based from $9.95, $19.95 and $29.95. If you were to sell those outside of the Zukul platform, you would earn a commission. And here we've got a little calculator. It's only as a bit of a fun and a bit of guide for you, but it's, again, in this scenario you can see that if I sold personally 5 of products 1, 2 and 3, and my downline or my my second level affiliates sold 10, and their downline sold 20, then you can see that again there's $418.95 created, and like I say, that is largely going to be a monthly income as well. But all these numbers are changeable, so if we just change these so they become 0, and I'm just going to pick pick this one here, which is product number 2, which is 1995. So you can see very quickly that we're only making, out of $17.95, we're making less than $1. Is that right? 17, 18, 19. We're making $2 profit out of that product. Everything else is being paid back to the affiliates. So again, it's just an example of how much money we're putting back into the affiliate paid plan to ensure that you guys are successful, because we're not idiots. We understand that if you guys are successful, you're going to stick with Zukul, you're going to promote Zukul products, you're going to promote Zukul as a home for your primary business, if you like, and that in itself will breed longevity for your business, your financial situation, but also for Zukul. So it's in all our interests for you to make money. So I will now pause for breath. Hopefully I will unsave, and hopefully I should be back with you now, Bart.
Yep.
So I just wanted to underline those points and just make sure that you guys go back and have a play with that functionality once it becomes live, like I say, properly tomorrow.
Perfect. That was great.
I'll breathe.
Yeah. Good job, man. You covered a lot real quickly. Well, we went a little bit longer than we wanted to today, but at least we covered everything that we wanted to have you guys here. There'll be more information coming out this week, as well as we'll be doing some open door hangouts for people to bring in their prospects and to be able to talk to us, come and meet us, and get our vision, and make sure that they share our vision, because this is what we really want. We really want like-minded people in our company, and to definitely breed, teach, train, and have success for everybody. That's really what we want. So with that, you guys, we're going to go ahead and cut it short for today, and we will be talking to you, I'm sure, in the next couple days. So everybody, say goodbye. Bye now. See you later.